Once upon a time, in the small city of Bonn, Germany, a boy named Ludwig van Beethoven was born. Ludwig was born on December 17th, 1770. His family was not wealthy, but they loved music. His father, Johann, was a musician and wanted Ludwig to be a great musician too. Johann was very strict and made Ludwig practice the piano for many hours every day. Ludwig was different from other children. He was very talented and loved music more than anything. He played the piano beautifully and started composing his own music when he was very young. When Ludwig was 12 years old, he published his first piece of music. People were amazed at his talent. When Ludwig was 17 years old, he moved to Vienna, Austria, to study with famous composers like Joseph Haydn. Vienna was a city full of music and art. Ludwig was very excited to learn from the best musicians in the world. He quickly became known as a great pianist and composer. Ludwig loved nature and often went for long walks in the countryside. He got many ideas for his music from nature. He also loved to read books and learn new things. Ludwig was very passionate about his music and worked very hard. He composed many beautiful pieces of music, including symphonies, sonatas, and concertos. But life was not always easy for Ludwig. When he was in his late 20s, he started to lose his hearing. This was very difficult for him because he loved music so much. He could not hear the beautiful sounds he created. Ludwig was very sad and worried. He even thought about giving up music, but he loved music too much to stop. He decided to keep composing, even though he could not hear. Ludwig used a notebook to communicate with people. He wrote down what he wanted to say, and they wrote their answers. He also used his imagination to hear the music in his mind. Despite his deafness, Ludwig composed some of his most famous works during this time. His Ninth Symphony, which includes the famous Ode to Joy, is one of the greatest pieces of music ever written. Ludwig was a very emotional and passionate person. His music is full of deep feelings. He wanted to express his joy, sadness, and love through his music. People loved his music because it touched their hearts. Even though he was deaf, Ludwig continued to compose beautiful music until the end of his life. Ludwig never married and did not have any children. He had a difficult relationship with his family, especially with his brothers. He often felt lonely and isolated, but he found comfort in his music. It was his way of expressing his deepest emotions and connecting with the world. In his later years, Ludwig's health declined. He had many illnesses and was often in pain. But he never stopped working on his music. He believed that his music could bring joy and hope to people. Ludwig died on March 26, 1827, at the age of 56. Many people attended his funeral to pay their respects to the great composer. After his death, Ludwig van Beethoven became even more famous. His music is still loved and played all over the world. People admire his courage and determination to keep composing despite his deafness. His life is an inspiration to many people. Ludwig's life teaches us many important lessons. It shows us the importance of perseverance and dedication. Even when faced with great challenges, Ludwig did not give up on his passion. His life also teaches us the power of music to express our deepest emotions and connect with others. So remember Ludwig van Beethoven, the man who created beautiful music even when he could not hear. His life was full of challenges, but he never gave up on his love for music. And because of that, the world is a more beautiful place. Ludwig's story reminds us to follow our dreams, no matter how difficult the journey may be. His music will continue to inspire and touch the hearts of people for generations to come.